Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by facing the east and giving all the glory and infinite praise to Yahweh, who you ignorantly call God, by Hashem in the name of Yahweh Shah, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who I'm taught and learned this 100% true from. Peace and blessings be to you, Aki, Wa'akwati, that are hoping for mercy and salvation in these latter days, man. Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shabbrakathon. So, before I begin with this lesson, I'm going to start it off with this precept. This is Sirach 2:2. Set their heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. The inspiration, behind me, bringing up this precept is I was watching the elder from Kansas City camp, this lesson or this land bank that he'll put out, responding to the elder Amon Gabar's lesson on how brothers is gonna have to step out on some excessive faith and when shit hits the fan. And this is something that I myself, I personally speak on it prevalently, man. Damn near every camp session I'm bringing it out. And even sometimes throughout my weekly lessons, I mention it. Because when shit hit the fan, everybody gonna be put in an uncomfortable situation, man. Right, in some form or fashion. Right, and everybody is basically gonna have to broadcast they faith to Yahweh Shema Shah, because right now everything it's easier said than done. Shit still ain't hit the fan, so everybody is comfortable to some extent. Right, like I myself, after I record this lesson, I'm able to go hop in the whip, go pick up something to eat, go clean the car, go work out, go eat, go whip up, all that. All this shit is getting ready to be stripped away from us, man. Right, so this is why it's important for you to have as less ties to this shit as possible, because everybody gonna be put in uncomfortable situations, man. Right, and it's ultimately gonna boil down to, what measure of faith is you gonna step out on? Right, now every brother gonna be put in different situations. Everybody ain't gonna go through the same thing. Because you got, brothers that got stronger spirits than what others do. It's just what it is. But everybody gonna be put in an uncomfortable situation, from brothers in Great Millstone all the way down to the niggas that think all the tribes is black. Everybody gonna be tried, because the scriptures say that judgment shall begin at the house of the Most High. And you got a lot of congregations that's out here not teaching they followers or they following of these troubling times to come, right? And that all Jake gonna be saved, including the wicked niggas, and the cake it's gonna be a cakewalk to the kingdom. And when I tell you, when shit hit the fan, it's gonna be a lot of Jake that get weaned out, right? Just like how when Apostle Harden, that was mentioned in the 2000 prophecy, which is it was false. But at the end of the day, that was used as a stumbling block from the Most High to basically root out Jake, man. Because you had a lot of niggas back then who simply just wasn't sincere. And it's the same shit today. You got a lot of Jake that's of the circumcision who ain't even sincere. Right? That's why judgment shall begin at the house of the Most High. Alright, because you got Jake that's in it, like these niggas in Sakara. You got Jake that's in it, for attention. You know what I'm saying? For the filthy lucre's sake. You got niggas who follow Jake because they like how they talk shit to Edomites. They like when they cut them. Jake just be, a lot of niggas watch it for entertainment purposes. So them seeds that was sown upon stony grounds, that ain't become rooted and grounded. You gonna get weaned out whenever these winds and these storms start beating upon, your house. All right, your roof and your walls gonna cave in on you, man, because you ain't rooted. Because again, everybody gonna have to step out on some excessive faith. Faith that's a lot more required than the faith that you having to use right now. And now, don't get me wrong, we all using faith to some measure. You got brothers that's out in the hallways and the hedges teaching. You know, brothers doing their lessons. And ultimately, you know what I'm saying, repenting. All right? But whenever you put in a situation of where that pressure from above and that pressure from below is pressuring your ass and you ain't got no choice but to lean on the Most High, like how King David did, and many of our forefathers, because they are written as testimonies for us, man, and for us to learn from. All right, that's who Jake should be looking at as an example, right, to follow after, because when shit hit the fan, if you not rooted in this thing, you gonna bow down to the image of the beast, or the Most High just gonna kill your ass in another fashion, man. Because the scriptures say, woe be unto them that are faint-hearted, those that basically, you know, you lacking faith. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really too sure. All right. So I want to read this over again real quick. This is the book of Sirach 2. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And that begins when we first, enter into this walk, right? Because it's tempted to, leave shit behind in the world that you was into. Like some brothers was into playing sports. Some brothers could have went to, go to college to play ball, start up businesses. So sacrificing this ministry is mandatory. All right, so when you first come into this thing, you already being tempted. But when you really step your foot in this thing, that's when the beginning is ultimately gonna begin whenever, or it's gonna be topped whenever shit hit the fan, because the way that brothers is functioning right now, you know what I'm saying, we somewhat stable. Brothers got their struggles, but shit, after this lesson, I'm able to go back to the crib, go cook, kick it with my son, my rib, play the game, whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to go do that. And so it's easier said than done, you know what I'm saying, talking about these things while we comfortable. But it's going to come a point in time where it ain't going to be comfortable, and you got to know that. This is something that you should know when you first enter into this walk, because one, you supposed to be counting the cost. You're not going to sit down, or you're not going to start building some shit, you know what I'm saying, without making sure you got enough tools and resources efficient enough to build that shit, to finish it. Like, you ain't finna start building a skyscraper and only have half the material. It's the same thing when it comes to being in this ministry, right? Because the walk don't end, or everything ain't solidified when you just by you're an Israelite, right? Or you're an Israelite and you think that just when you have a shot come back, you just gonna get picked up. That ain't how this shit work. All right? And that's gonna pop a lot of Jake bubble whenever shit do hit the fan. Cause a lot of these niggas congregations, they not teaching you about shit hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is too busy trying to argue with Edomites about the same damn topics. You know what I'm saying? We know that these Christians ain't gonna get it. These niggas get cut every time. There's no point of even trying to debate them no more. You should be teaching your congregation about how bad these times is gonna be and what they should be doing to get themselves ready. Right? But if the blind lead the blind, they should both fall into a ditch. Right? You gonna have Jake trying to shoot it out and shit, which is the most carnal shit you can do. You basically asking for judgment by trying to take up Esau's blessing against them. That shit never worked. You could use the Maccabees as an example, but at the end of the day, they ultimately got taken down because it wasn't Jake's time, and it ain't our time now. Yahweh Shai ain't back, and you niggas trying to make war against Esau. A lot of you niggas just gonna get put down, and ultimately you just ain't got no damn faith in the miracles. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas teaching that the miracles, Yahweh Shai ain't perform no miracles. Like, damn, like what else? How you think we gonna be preserved whenever shit hit the fan? Just on our own will? You think you gonna be able to shoot it out with a switch and an extendo, nigga? You gonna need Yahweh B'Shem Shai whenever shit hit the fan. There's a reason why he gonna send Michael the Archangel to protect his elect. Cause there's gonna be too much shit going on. Alright. Verse 2. set their heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in a time of trouble. And you're going to have a lot of Israelites that make haste in a time of trouble, right? Meaning they going to start panicking and they just going to go down and trust in Egypt, waiting to, you know, these congregations that some of them 501c3 charters, you know what I mean, and that's getting all this money from they following and all that, waiting till shit hit the fan. All right, you gonna have Jake that sell out and start pushing the MOTB on that congregation. You got niggas that's already kind of doing that, talking about the MOTB ain't the C-hip, it's sin or well, you know, whatever else. All right, so you gonna have a lot of Jake whenever Esau start really applying that pressure. That's gonna go down and take their MOTB. Just say how they did with that inoculation, man. All right. You had Jake faced with getting a job taken away from him, and you had niggas that folded over it. It's something so simple. You could have just went and found another job. All right, but you comply with the devil, and it's just like how Jake back then was selling out. It's gonna be sellout niggas today. All right, you're gonna have Jake, you know what I'm saying, that lose the faith, or cause shit may not be going their way. All right, and just get winked out, man. But it say make not haste in a time of trouble. So you're gonna have a lot of Jake that give up the faith. You're gonna have a lot of Jake that do make haste and end up, you know what I mean, going back into the world and becoming, you know what I mean, like a worshiper of Baal. It say, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. And one thing about it is the Most High said that he was going to try us as gold in the fire. All right, and one thing about a gold or a silversmith is that gold or that silver ain't purified until they see their reflection in it. All right, but they don't see their reflection in the gold or the silver until they put it in the hottest point of the fire, man. All right, so brothers is gonna be put in them fiery situations, man. Right, so where your faith is gonna be tried as gold in the fire, man. All right, because ultimately the Most High is coming back looking for those that are precious unto him. He ain't coming back looking for dross or none of that. All right, and this is why I'm telling you, when shit hit the fan, it's gonna be so bad. Jake gonna start giving up the faith, and this is why Yahweh Shai said, let's go to Luke, the 18th chapter real quick. Luke 18 and verse 18:8, and it says, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. All right, because before Yahweh Shai returns, man, you know, contrary to what a lot of, you know, Bible believers believe in, all right, you know, which is false at the end of the day, because you basically add into the word, man. There ain't gonna be no rapture. There ain't gonna be no, you know, whatever form of deliverance you think there's gonna be outside, the chairs coming back. But before that, shit gonna hit the fan and you gonna be living in it. And a proof of that is Revelations 12:12. Also, Matthews 24:22. He that endured to the end, the same shall be saved, man. It's gonna be famines out here. It's gonna be upwards of the people. You're gonna have the MOTB out here. You're gonna have centers set up for people to go and get C-hipped. You're gonna have so much shit going on. I can't even put it all into words. And when this economy, when this civilization crashes, because it's coming, that's when, everybody gonna be put to that test. So what you doing right now, you know, the scriptures say, oh my people, hear my word and make thee ready to the battle. You should basically be girding up yourself, you know, preparing yourself You know, in whatever way that you need to, praying, of course, hey, make sure that you praying. And if you praying less than one, hey, if you praying only one time a day, man, then do you really want mercy in these times to come? Because if you want something, you should be asking for it more than one time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you was a kid and you was asking your parent, you know, for a game or some shoes or something, you was begging them about that shit until they got it for you. That's how you should be with your how about Shema outside. The scriptures say to pray without ceasing. By you praying just one time a day, you really don't want the Most High to look out for you. That mean you really ain't even worried about what's to come. This type of shit should be motivating Jake to get their spirit in order, man. All right, because like I mentioned, hey, when the winds start beating upon Jake's house, man, it's going to be known who had the faith and who really didn't. Who was just going with the flow type shit. All right. So back in Luke 18:8, and it reads, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth. All right, because you're going to have Jake that go back into the world. All right, whenever shit start getting a little hard. You know what I mean? Because the Most High going to put everybody to the test, and, hey, it's going to be to your own season. You know, it may be however long the Most High may seem, you know, fit for you to endure that shit. Like Daniel, he was thrown into the lions then for 7 days. All right, you know, he was probably, that whole time, he was probably like, fuck, like, I know the Lord gonna come through, but damn, I'm trying to get out this shit. Motherfucker, 5 days already. You gonna have Jake that fuck around, get thrown into a FEMA camp and then break. You know what I mean? They see another Jake, he get beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh. He see that and he bail out. He say, fuck that. All right, and as a matter of fact, I wanna grab that real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. Is it 2nd Ezra? Yep, 2nd Ezra. So back in 2nd Ezra 16, in verse 2nd Ezra 16, in verse 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols." And that's going to be whenever Esau sets up his new order of the enterprise, man. And whenever they start grabbing Jacob, because you're going to have certain brothers that just get hemmed up. All right, and that's going to be for the trying of their faith. And you're going to have certain that, just for them to get weaned out the truth, just for them to be judged, man. Right, like how Judas Iscariot was. You know, you got a lot of them niggas here, right? You got a lot of Judas goats within the ministry, and it's gonna be known who they are whenever, the scriptures say that what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. The Most High gonna shine light on all that shit whenever that fire is put to, put to the stubble, man. All right, everything's gonna be made known, Slaki. If it's stubble, dross or gold or silver, man. All right. And it says, read it over again one more time, and I'm gonna probably close it out. It say, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you with being idle with things offered unto idols." So you gonna have Jake that fuck around and start eating pork whenever they offer to him in FEMA camps. You know, like, the same shit that the Romans, whenever they besieged Jerusalem and they was setting up, trying to get Jake to become Hellenized. And Jake was bowing down and eating pork, worshiping Zeus. Jake gonna be on that same shit whenever that pressure is pushed on him, man. So, with that being said, I'm gonna probably go ahead and close it out. Jake a little tired, man. I just got off not too long ago. I just felt like, the Most High put the spirit on me to come out here and bring something out real quick. All the rest is out of less was edifying at the point was proven. Shalom, Yahweh, Shema, Shabbat,